Hello everyone, welcome to Aadya Constructions. Today we will be starting with a new series. This series majorly focuses on the site requirements and the details that is required for a site engineer on field. So today we will be starting with the part 1 of this series. In this part 1 we will be discussing majorly about dimensions as well as units. Dimensions are nothing but a plane on which we represent some quantities or entities. So these can also be called as working planes. So basically we have three types of dimensions. The first one being one dimensional. So as the name suggests, it will be only focusing on one particular plane. So you will have the entities either on X plane, Y or Z plane. So if you take into one dimension, the measuring units will be only in length. So this can be either represented as X, Y or Z plane values. So coming to next, that is nothing but a two-dimensional. So in this we'll be working on two separate or unique planes. So it can be either XY plane or YZ plane or ZX plane. So you have two coordinates. One may be either X, Y or Z, and the other one being the parallel one, Y, Z or X. So basic measuring units in two-dimensional will be areas. So when we consider a two-dimensional figure, it will be something like this. So here you can measure length. This might be either breadth or height. So when we multiply both of them, we get areas. So the next dimension will be three-dimensional. So in three-dimensional, we'll be having all three axes, that is X, Y as well as Z axis. So you can call these as solid elements or solid figures. So here you will be considering all the three axes. So X, Y as well as Z. So the basic measuring units in three-dimensional would be volumes. So this would be your length, breadth and height. Next we have units. What are units? Units are nothing but a measuring system to measure the dimensions. So in the units we basically concentrate on unit conversions. So why are these unit conversions really very important? Because we do not follow a basic system everywhere. So in some cases you need to express the units in terms of meters. In some cases you'll have to go down to feet and inches, or you will have to even go down with some bigger units when you go for huge projects. So in order to have the sequencing properly, so we need unit conversions. So we'll start with the basic unit conversions. The first one being meters. So we are very familiar with that. 1 meter gives me 100 centimeters and 1000 mm3. This is what we follow in our academic sequences. But when you come to the field, so you cannot follow these meters, centimeters or mm. You'll have to come down with feet and inches. So all the measurements will be in feet and inches. So conversion of meters to feet would be very important. So 1 meter gets converted into 3.28 feet. Later on, these 1 feet consists of 12 inches. So if you want to convert meters into inches, it will be 3.28 into 12. Next, coming into 1 inch. So 1 inch gives me 2.54 centimeter or 25.4 mm. Next, coming down to the areas, we have 1 meter square. So 1 meter square gives me 10.76 square feet. So how do we get this? We know that area is nothing but a two-dimensional, as we discussed earlier. So in two-dimensional we have either length, breadth and height. So 1 meter square consists of 1 meter of length and 1 meter of breadth or height. So when you go back here, we have 1 meter is equal to 3.28 feet. So you take it as 3.28 and 3.28. So this will be 3.28 into 3.28. So you get 10.76 SFT. So the same thing when you convert it into inches, that is, you multiply this 10.76 into 1 SFT gives me 144 square inches. Multiply by 144, you get 1550 square inches. Later on, if you want to express these square inches back into the Cartesian forms, that is centimeter as well as in mm square, so you'll have 1 square inch gives me 6.545 centimeter square. So how do we get this? We know that 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeter. So you just multiply 2.54 into 2.54. Later on, the same gets converted into 645.16 mm square. So this is nothing but 25.4 into 25.4. Taking back from these formulas. Next, we have the three-dimensional values. That is nothing but our volumes. So as we have seen in 3 dimension, we express all length, breadth as well as height. So if you take 1 meter cube, it consists of 1 meter of length, 1 meter of breadth as well as 1 meter of height. So coming back to the basic forms, we have 1 meter is equal to 3.28 feet. So if you want to convert it, multiply 3.28 into 3.28 into 3.28. On solving this, you get 35.28 CFT. That is nothing but my cubic feet. Coming to next, we have conversions at large scale. So why are these conversions used? When you are working on some large projects, so you cannot rely upon the small units like meters, feet or inches. So countability will be very difficult. So in such cases, you need to move out to huge units. So these are nothing but the large scale units. So in that, so when we again come into the dimensions, so 1D we have length. So when you are taking in length, you have the largest unit to be mile. So 1 mile gives me 1.609 kilometers. Later when you convert for a kilometer, so 1 kilometer gives me 1000 meters. So from meters we have already discussed back. So why do we need these large scale conversions of length? So when you are working on some highway projects or road projects, so in such cases you cannot give the measurements in meters or feet. So you need to take in terms of kilometers or miles. So this is basically used for road projects. Next we'll move into area conversions. So why do we need area conversions at large scale? So when you are into a huge planning area, like you are in a project of layout planning or for a construction of an apartment which is of huge or large scale, so you need conversions in area conversions of large scale. So you need this for layout planning purposes. So in areas you have hectares to be of the largest values. So 1 hectare gives me 2.47 acres. So later when you convert this acres, so 1 acre gives me 40 guntas. So the same thing, if you want to convert 1 acre into guntas, you get 100 guntas. So it is nothing but 2.47 into 40. Next, coming into guntas. What is guntas? This is one of the basic terms that are used in site language or field languages. So 1 gunta gives me 1089 square feet. So it is nothing but a complete square plot, each side measuring me 33 feet. So you have 1 gunta gives me 33 into 33 SFT, that is nothing but 1089 square feet. So next you have the smallest units, that is yards. So 1 yard gives me 9 square feet, whereas 1 cent, this is also very much important, 1 cent gives me 435 square feet. Next we move into weight conversions. So where do we need weight conversions? So this is something that is really very important when you go for steel quantities. So if you want to calculate the quantity of steel that has to be purchased, what is the quantity of the steel that is required for the structural framing work, you need the quantities in terms of weights. In such cases, you need conversions of weight. So this will be majorly for steel calculations. So again, we start with the large scale units. You have 1 ton. This is also termed as metric tons also in some cases. So that will be equal to 10 quintals. So this quintal, 1 quintal gives me 100 kgs. So this quintal term you will be seeing in all PWD schedule rates very commonly. Later 1 kg gets converted into 1000 grams. Hope you like this video. The soft copy of the same conversions has been uploaded in our website, and the link to the website will be given in the description box. So in the upcoming videos, we'll be discussing about the conversions with respect to liters, as well as calculation with calculation of underground tank capacity. That is one of the most important thing that is also required for engineers. Thank you for watching. If you do like this video, please do share, comment, like and subscribe. To get instant notifications of our upcoming video, please do press the bell icon. Bye bye.